There were local questions about when this building was actually constructed. And we've taken a bit of time to go back and research a bit to make sure that we have our facts correct. The construction started on this building in late winter of 1945 and was completed by May of 1945. It was built by, of course, the American Fruit Company, or American National Foods, I believe. And the contract was let with a contractor out of Stockton. It was very interesting. He felt that he needed 30 or 40 hard-working people to come in and complete the project on schedule. So they actually advertised in the local newspaper. If people had bedrooms they would rent out or let workers stay in while this construction was going on. I thought that was a very interesting fact. This building has had two owners in its history since 1945. It started out with American National Food, which now goes by, of course, Blue Goose. And then in 1966 or 1967, American fruit growers decided they wanted to combine their various packing sheds they owned here in Placer County. And they moved their operations to Newcastle, and this building became available. So then Blue Anchor came into the picture, and in 1967, Blue Anchor bought the Blue Goose building and started using it for Blue Anchor to pack their fruit and to store fruit here in a very efficient and then very modern cold storage plant, which those rooms are still here. As years went by, the fruit industry was shifting rapidly here in Placer County, and production was going down pretty rapidly. A time came when the tree fruit industry, which was really the strong part of agriculture in Placer, started to fade, but there was a resurgence in kiwi business. And so this shed was converted over and was used for kiwi packing and storage. The importance of that is storing kiwi in cold storage plants has to be done free of all other fruit, because kiwi, even at 32-degree storage temperature, are very, very susceptible to ethylene gas, and that causes the fruit to pre-ripen while in storage, which makes it unsaleable. And therefore, this facility was used by Blue Anchor for several years to pack and store kiwi fruit. That particular business started to fade in I believe in the 80s. And eventually, Blue Anchor made a decision that they no longer had enough production here in Placer to continue to be in business here. So the buildings became available.
Back in the early 90s, there was a group of people here in town that were informed that the Blue Anchor Corporation was going to dispose of these buildings known as fruit sheds. And so there were some innovative people in town, Dr. Bruce Daniel, Jerry Britnall, Bill Von Thaden, and some other people that got together and formed a group that determined that they wanted to have this organization. And they contacted Blue Anchor, or Blue Anchor contacted them, and there was conversation about how to do all this. Well, in the meantime, Dr. Daniel spent a lot of time fighting vandalism and all kinds of things that were going on with these deteriorating buildings. He persevered, and ultimately they became the Loomis Basin Heritage Fund, Heritage Group. In '96, they paid $1 for each building, and there was a little ceremony, and then that organization continued for some time. Then that's when it started shifting to South Placer Heritage Foundation. And we preserved those buildings. And unfortunately, in 2002, we had a very bad fire and lost the largest of the buildings, which included the old pioneer shed.
So we set that as a goal to open this facility as an event center before the next Cowboy Poetry in November of 2004. And that gave us a deadline to work towards. Our board appointed a committee to take control of the construction, and we had Bernie Hess, who was a board member, who's also a contractor, whose company Hess Construction. Bernie and his wife, Kimberly Hess, both took control of getting the program started, the construction started, with working with the architect, Williams and Patton, to design the renovation, and with the engineers to get all the design details worked out. And once the plans were in place, we set our schedule and we went about seeking volunteers to provide materials, to provide tools, and do the work. And we worked diligently in setting up a schedule for construction. And we had, besides tearing down and removing some of the things that were in the way, we had to build the bathrooms and the facilities in the side room, and then take this main room and cut open the floor, the second floor above, and get it redone in a way as a mezzanine. And this was the old structure had to be rebuilt. And so we got a number of carpenters to come in as volunteers to help us. Pulte Homes, a builder in the area, also took a great interest in the project. And they had a number of their subs and suppliers and trade partners join in and help us with donating materials and products, and also helping with providing labor to do some of the work.
We were able to accomplish amazing things. I still cannot believe how much was accomplished. These gentlemen working very hard and cooperating, and people coming from all corners and all manners of places to assist, contractors and all kinds of things that went on to produce what we have now, which is the Blue Goose Event Center, which is fabulous. You would not believe what we started from, and it's a very rewarding project for all of us.